Check the score. US 1, Bogota nothing. Take it.
Jury deliberations entered their second day now in what has become the longest trial in Miami federal court history. The prosecution of Jose Martinez Gacha, reputed head of the Medellin drug cartel. Cuban-born U.S. Attorney Michael Santana predicted victory during his summation to the jury.
I planned on predicting defeat, but thought it might be a bad taste.
Don't worry, darling. There's not much riding on this.
Oh, no. Just the future of U.S.-Colombian relations, the war against drugs, my entire political career.
It was a brilliant summation, Michael. You've got it locked.
You, out. I want him alone.
Who the hell are you?
Eddie Cole, sergeant. I was the one who found Gotcha's warehouse the night of the bust.
So what are you doing here now?
I said get her out.
Hey, she's co-counsel. She hears what I hear.
Fine. Have it your way then, Santana.
Wait. I'll wait outside.
I was working traffic that night the call came in. The 26 at a drugstore on Brickell. Silent alarm. When I got there, I found this snitch, Alvarez. Pillhead. Used to shoot up teas and blues. Anyway, I caught him dead to rights. He's gonna step off on this third one. Mandatory 10. That's when he gave me the warehouse with Gotcha.
Miami PD called us. We filled out the warrant. Reliable informant, probable cause. So what? That was months ago.
So my conscience has been bothering me. See, he was an informant, all right. But the last thing I'd call him is reliable. I had to beat the confession out of him. You had no probable cause, Santana. Your warrant was dirty.
Why are you telling me this now?
You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
They pinched Alvarez again. He's threatening to talk.
United States of America versus Jose Martinez Gacha. The U.S. Court, in and for the Southern District of Florida, is now in session. The Honorable Mary Laverty presiding.
Before the jury reads its verdict, I must ask the U.S. Attorney to rise. Mr. Santana, is there anything you'd like to tell this court?
No, Your Honor.
Very well, then. I want counsel to approach the bench. Last night in chambers, I was visited by a terrified Miami policeman. This officer confessed to me that the arrest warrant in this case was defective. The warrant, which led to the arrest of the defendant with 2,000 kilos of cocaine, was issued on the word of a reliable informant. But in fact, this policeman had brutally beaten the informant in order to obtain the defendant's whereabouts.
Your Honor.
Let me finish. Once he knew the informant's confession had been coerced, Mr. Santana was duty-bound to inform this court. But for reasons of his own, he has not. Therefore, under the doctrine of the United States versus Wong's son, I rule that the warrant was tainted. In legal terms, it was the fruit of the poisonous tree. The warrant is therefore vacated and this case is dismissed. I will also recommend that U.S. Attorney Santana be removed from the Justice Department and disbarred.
What is it the French say?
You have to go home.
No. That toast they use. A votre santé. To your health. Here's to the Frank McPike I know and love. Out of the hospital and ready to do battle.
Well, thanks, Paul. Thanks.
You know, Frank, when you went into that coma, some people at OCB were ready to order flowers. But I never gave up on you for an instant.
I just want to get back to work, Paul.
We want you back, too, Frank. Where it's safe. Behind a desk. Deputy Regional Director. You'll be in charge of operations.
DRD Ops. It's a janitor's job. I've got 16 years in, Paul. There's no way I'm going to do my 20 ordering office supplies. I'm a field man.
That's just a point, Frank. The field almost killed you. I don't want to see that. That thing with Terranova got personal. You lost your judgment. You lost the edge.
Alice Lifeguard, I need to find a phone. Excuse me.
You see what I mean, Frank? You can't even enjoy a simple expense account meal.
Sailor Hardwood, this is Mike Terranova speaking.
What's wrong?
I don't know, Frank. Maybe it's nothing. But, Vinnie missed his last check-in.
How long?
Just over 2 hours.
Well, he's still on leave, Uncle, and it's Saturday night.
Yeah. He's probably out with a blonde.
Redhead. Vince has a thing for redheads.
You know, Frank, he hasn't missed one of these calls since you got shot.
All right, well, listen, he's a big boy. I'm not worried. If you haven't heard anything by 2100, you give me a call.
I don't hear anything by 2100. I'm calling the AG himself.
Good night, Uncle. Vince, open up. It's me. Vince! Vince? Vinny! Hey, buddy, I hope you're in there alone.
Was this necessary?
Absolutely.
Come on, he's only been gone 2 hours.
He's been gone 5 hours.
Frank, a full forensic sweep. We're talking $4 grand here, maybe $5 grand with overtime.
Paul, a federal agent is missing.
Look, I guarantee you, he is in a bar with a girl. They're going to wander in here drunk, and he's going to be very angry when he finds a 6-man forensics team in his bedroom.
You don't get it. I mean, you really don't get it, do you? You understand? He didn't walk. He was taken.
Did you check the phone records?
Only a few phone calls to his mother, but it doesn't matter. If Vince was working on something, he wouldn't have used his home phone.
Where are you going?
I'm going to find my partner.
Frank, if this turns into an AID, you know the drill. Partners are out of it. The first shred of evidence that this is an agent involved death, you are to surrender your weapon. You understand? McPike?
Where are you?
In a phone book across the street from Vinny's place. Now, I need to know now, was he working on anything? Lifeguard, was he working on anything off the books?
Yeah. He asked me to run a couple of names for him.
And why in the hell didn't you say something to me?
Hey, 5 hours ago he was chasing redheads, remember?
All right, just what was he working on? Who was he looking for?
2 Latins. A guy named Alfonso Pena and a Pablo Ruiz. Said it was a favor for his mother.
Mother? All right, you listen to me. I want you to get in touch with forensics. Check the drying time on that white paint. It'll give us some idea of when he was taken. Then I want you to run the numbers on this phone, 718-555-2210.
Where are you gonna be?
The only person I know who can help.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Hail Mary, blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is
Has there been any news?
No, sir.
Where is my Vincenzo, Frank? Why hasn't he called? You must know.
Mrs. Iupo, it's like I told you on the phone. He was working on something personal.
Oh, here's the woman I told you about, Irene Gallagher.
Mrs. Gallagher?
Mrs. Gallagher's son was a Jesuit. Went through the lower seminary with Pete. She and Carl have been friends since St. Augustine's.
A few weeks ago, Father Tom called Vincenzo. He asked him for help. That's all I know.
Mrs. Gallagher, Mr. Iupo said that your son was a priest?
He called me on the 21st. That was the last.
Ma'am.
Thank you, Mr.
Frank.
Thank you, Frank. You see, my Tommy was brilliant. Everyone said he was destined to wear the red hat someday. Cardinal, they said. I always dreamed of be saying Mass at St. Patrick's. But he wouldn't listen. He said his place was with those people.
What people, Mrs. Gallagher?
See for yourself. This came last week, right after disappeared. Oh.
Hi, Ma. Greetings from Salvador. I'm sending you this tape so you can see what we're doing here on our mission. That's Marta, one of the orphans here. These are my parishioners, Ma. The kids are all war orphans, and the women are all dressed in black because their children have disappeared. Lucia's daughter wrote a letter to the newspapers criticizing the government. On the night of her 16th birthday, some men came and kicked down her bedroom door. They took her to a field outside of town, and they tied her hands behind her back with piano wire. Nobody knows if they raped her. Nobody knows if they let her say an act of contrition before they shot her in the head. Dozens of young people here have become desaparecidos, the disappeared ones, the victims of the men who come in the night, the Mena Blanca. It's the death squad. Mom, I know what you wanted me to be, and I know I've disappointed you. But the cardinals are sitting up there in their stained glass cathedrals, and while these people are dying, something tells me if Jesus Christ were alive right now, this is where he would be. I love you, Mom. Keep sending those care packages, because the kids love your brownies.
What happened to her, Mrs. Gallagher?
If my son is dead, Frank, I want to know.
Police suspect foul play tonight in the disappearance of reputed mobster Vincent Terranova, stepson of mob czar Rafael Gaetano Ayubo. Word that Terranova was missing fanned out from his Brooklyn neighborhood tonight after a team of federal investigators began combing his house. Speculation is that Terranova may have been the victim of a gangland abduction.
What do you got?
Forensics puts the time of that handprint at about 1830 hours. It's give or take 10 minutes.
All right, I want you to check all outbound flights from anywhere in the tri-state area to anywhere in El Salvador within a 2-hour time frame from 6:30 p.m. And you give me all flight plans, both commercial and private.
All right.
What do you got on the payphone?
30, 40 random calls. And then 4 calls over the last 2 days to Miami. To a Michael Santana.
Santana? He's the prosecutor that handled Vinnie's case when we put him away for his cover.
You got it. I pulled his file. Guess what?
Startle me.
He was disbarred. Something to do with tainted evidence in a top-shelf cartel case. The defendant walked.
Well, it looks like all the players in this are speaking Spanish.
Yo comprendo.
All right, I want you to scramble a plane for me at JFK.
Hey, Frank, you only been back for 2 days. You've been up all night. You're supposed to be on a limited schedule.
You know what Mano Blanca is?
The White Hand. No, what is it?
It's a death squad. Now just get the plane for me, Uncle. Yeah.
I think we got something.
What is it?
72 minutes after that White Hand hit the wall, a Gulfstream 3 took off from Teterboro. They filed a flight plan to Ilopango Military Air Base. It's in Salvador. I ran the tail number through the FAA, and the plane is registered to a Bravo Air. That's a corporate air charter company based in Miami.
All right. And what do you have on Santana?
His last known address, 3346 Riverside Drive, Miami, Florida.
What do you bet it's a high-rise in Boca? Santana had a taste for Italian suits and $100 ties.
Yeah, on a federal paycheck?
Hey, Uncle, you're the one that said he was disbarred, didn't you?
I want out of this cab! What is this? No, this cannot be it. Now, you listen to me. There's got to be another section of Riverside Drive that has high-rises on it, right? Right. You speak English? No, you don't. You don't speak English, do you? Huh? You're an illegal alien. Yeah, right. Santana?
Find the ceiling.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning. Is that what you wear to sleeping around here?
I work nights. Who are you?
I'm a federal agent. I'm looking for Michael Santana. Do you know where I can find him?
Yeah? You could find him in this bottle.
So how long has he been like this?
Last couple of days, since he heard from Terranova.
You were here when Terranova called?
Yeah. That's when Miguel started crawling the walls. This morning when he saw the newspaper, he just stopped.
You know what Terranova said?
She doesn't know anything, McPike. So you're wasting your time. Where's my gold shirt? Huh?
I'm not your mother. Check your drawers.
It's not there. Besides, you are my mother, aren't you? Hmm? And my sister, and my girlfriend. And there's things I'd like to do to you right now, but I can't, because there's a federal agent on our boat.
Now, you listen to me, sports shoes. I'm standing here in a triple G worsted. It is 150 degrees on this tub, and she's frying eggs. Now, I have been up for 17 hours trying to find out what happened to my friend, a man who incidentally used to be your friend. Now, you better start talking to me, or I'm going to put you down in federal stir so fast your huevos will turn over.
Is that right? You come down here, trespass on my boat without a warrant. You intentionally caused this woman mental and emotional distress. You begin an interrogation into what could be a criminal matter without advising me of my rights, and then you got the stones to threaten me with arrest.
Don't you lawyer me, Santana. From what I hear, your shingle's already dropped. Now, it doesn't say it in the newspaper, but it looks like Vinnie was taken by a death squad.
Death squad?
The Mana Blanca. He was checking out 2 names, Pina and Ruiz.
Yeah, all right. He asked me if I'd heard of him.
And?
I said no.
Anything else?
Nothing.
He made 4 phone calls to you!
I was out. I spoke to him only once.
It's true, I took the other calls.
No le digas nada.
You ever hear of an air charter company down here called Bravo Air?
Never heard of them.
Is that right?
Look, Vinnie was a good guy. I got to know him a little bit during the case when we put him away. Now, if something's happened to him, I'm gonna grieve, but I'm gonna do it my way. Now, I have a whole new life, and in case you haven't noticed, I'm not particularly fond of the feds. Understand?
Oh, yeah, I understand. The next time I'm in Washington, D.C., I'll be sure and let the Attorney General know just how well you turned out.
Suits me fine. Give him my best.
Miguel, what was he saying?
Don't say it.
Bienvenidos, señores. I welcome you to the 29th annual reunion of the veterans who risked their lives at the Bay of Pigs so that our homeland could be free. With the crumble of communism in Eastern Europe, it seems that the whole world is with us now. But during our lonely vigil, there was one man in particular who helped us keep our struggle alive. It is with great pleasure that I present to him the 29th Comandante Award from Brigada 2506, el señor Amado Guzmán.
Senores, united in our struggle, esteemed American friends. When I was a young man in Havana, my mother owned a small jewelry store and my father was a civil servant. We did not have much, but life was good. Then, one day, a cadre of long-haired, foul-smelling terrorists came down from the Sierra Maestra and shattered our lives.
How's your leg, Pop?
You don't belong here.
Hey, this is hard for me, too, okay?
You think it hasn't been hard for me? When my old friends greet me on the street, they're embarrassed to ask me about you.
Pop.
Look at our people. We have been waiting for this now for 30 years. It's a moment that I should be standing next to my son, and I can't. It wasn't so much the disgrace. It's that you took it without even fighting. Not once, Miguel. Not once did you try to clear your name.
You know why? Because I was wrong. I decided for myself that putting a drug dealer behind bars was more important than the law.
A technicality.
Yeah, a small technicality. It's called the Fourth Amendment. Well, you spent 14 months in Castro's prison, right? You should know the importance of that.
So how long do you intend to punish yourself?
That's what I came here to talk to you about. I'm tired of living in the dark.
What do you say?
I want a job.
Hoy, Miami, mañana,
So what was your company?
Alpha, 26 Marine.
You're a lucky man.
How's that?
You served in peacetime, bro. See, I graduated from the University of Southeast Asia.
Oh, yeah? Well, let me tell you something. The day I left Camp Lejeune, my company got a one-way ticket to Beirut. Hey, that Sunday morning, the barracks, the bomb went off near the barracks. I was in sick bay. 241 of my buddies went home in body bags.
Sorry, bro. Yeah, I didn't know.
It's okay, man. Yeah.
This is your lucky day. Boss is here.
Well, Guzman?
Oh, he comes, but he never gets out.
Hello, Michael. 3 years. When I saw your name on the payroll register, I must say I was...
Surprised?
Yes, frankly. The way you always talked about Senor Guzman, I just thought...
I'm not working for Guzman. I'm working for my father.
Oh, really? Well, I see you claimed a dependent. I didn't know that you were...
Married? Not formally. Not yet.
Listen, I'm going to take 5.
Cool.
Do I know her?
She's not a member of the bar, if that's what you mean. She owns the bar. She's not a member. No. Listen. How's he treating you?
Fine. I handle the bank's full portfolio, and I'm CEO here at Arrow Lib.
Sounds like what you wanted, isn't it?
Not exactly. But it's honest work.
You sure about that?
Do you really care?
If you get a chance, give me a call. I'm over in Biscayne now. The number's on the back.
Corporate executive.
Man, that is one expensive piece of work. I know guys who would kill for a night with something like that.
Digger, so do I. So do I. Come on.
Yeah. What?
Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for hours, man.
What's wrong with the beeper?
That's why I'm calling. I ran a full D&B on Bravo Air. Well, it turns out they are a subsidiary of a freight carrier down at Miami International, a company called Aero Liberacion. Frank? Frank, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I started to run a chase on Aero Lib, parent company of Bravo Air. I punched in your authorization code like I always do, and boom, everything went blank. I tried the FAA, same thing. You've been shut down, brother. Somebody on the top shelf does not want you peeking under this rug.
Where's it coming from?
I don't know, but you better vacate. If you pay with a credit card, they're gonna know where you are.
Who?
What's going on? Are you all right? Frank! Frank!
You are out of channel, mister.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, then. One more time. What are you doing in Miami?
Well, it's like I told you. I was looking a little pale, so I blew down to work on my tan.
That's a crock. You flew down in a DOJ Lear, but we checked with the Bureau's Miami RD. He has no knowledge. You are off the res, mister.
Pass the band of Soleil.
Get your hands off my agent, White. Ted Brownell, Regional Director, FBI, Miami. Now, what's this about?
Not in front of these knuckle draggers.
McPike here doesn't know it, but he just walked into a national security matter.
You know, it's possible, Mr. White, that you misunderstood my name. My name is McPike. Francis Xavier McPike, 173rd Airborne, 2 tours, Bronze Star with a purple. And they just pulled an AR-15 slug out of my back. So I'll tell you what, pal, you want to measure testosterone levels with me, I think maybe you got the wrong guy.
The NSA picked up a half-dozen international calls between Terranova and this guy. Salvadorians have positive confirmation he was smuggling guns to the FMLN guerrillas.
Where's the proof?
It's classified.
Yeah, right.
Frank, was Terranova's contact with the Gallagher official?
No, sir, it was personal.
Leave us alone for a minute. Look, Frank, I've checked your jacket. You're the best we have. Less than 8 months ago, you were in a hospital near death. You just got off leave, for God's sake.
If you'll give me...
Let me finish. You're not a field agent anymore. You're a desk man, Frank. Agent supervision, that's the operative word. Supervise. Every 3 years, we separate field agents from their handlers. We break up the teams. You know why, Frank? Because they get too close. They start finishing each other's sentences. And when that happens, there's no objectivity. The word is, you and Vinnie were going to be butchering Sundance out there.
I never lost the distance, sir.
He's missing now. I know how you feel. But you better face facts. If Terranova was somehow involved with gun running, then he crossed the line.
If you'll just give me a chance...
I'm sorry, Frank. I'm going to let them take you home. The investigation to locate Terranova will continue. But from here on in, you're out of it.